Now, as the row over putting GST on online purchases continues, web retailers say that tax isn't the problem. Instead, they say bricks and mortar stores have an inefficient model and they need to learn that they're competing in a global market. Joining me now, eStore.com.au, CEO Lorenzo Coppa. Warm welcome to you. We'll talk your business in a moment, but let's just first understand what you mean by that inefficient model. Primarily, what does it all come down to?
Retailers spend a lot of money on bricks and mortar, and also shop assistants hanging around the store, and it's not always busy at the store at all times. So that adds a substantial cost. So it really needs to be thought about what value that adds to the consumer's buying decision, and that is one of the big factors in the price point then.
All right, but so you're acknowledging the swing to that is that you don't have customer assistance. If you're in a certain age bracket, for instance, you want more information. It's really up to you. It's down to you to do the digging. If you've got that time to go and do it online, fine. If you don't, what do you do then?
If you don't have the time to dig on, it certainly takes more time to drive to a store, park your car, walk around the place, find a shop assistant and have a product demonstrated to you. It's far more efficient to go online and read about both professional opinions about products and consumer opinions where people rate products and so forth. You make a moral choice.
Touch, you can't feel it, you can't sit back in the lazy boy and put your feet up and say, you know, that's the way it feels. You don't get that. Are some products inherently putting you on the back foot online because of that touch feel deficit?
Well, the product images are very good online these days, so you can get a lot of the look of the product and the weight of the product and so forth, and I agree that you can't touch and feel it over online, but many people buy products that other friends of theirs have seen or they've seen in the workplace, so they've already touched and felt it. They may have even walked into a retailer and had a look. But online there's generally a 30 to 40% saving over traditional retail, so that's a big compelling reason for people to consider buying online.
Tell me about eStore. Tell me about how you, I guess, make yourself stand out in what is becoming an increasingly cluttered market. Lots of fluoro colours, lots of bells and whistles, but frankly, it can all become a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, true. There's young people setting up businesses in their garages. And so there is a lot of clutter out there. We've been a business that's been operating since 1991, and we've been trading online since 1998. So we actually got a proper operation. So we've worked very hard to provide reliability and consistency of service when things go wrong. We have a call centre that allows people to talk to somebody and resolve it. And we have one of the measures of an organisation is what they do when things go wrong. And we're able to respond very well to customer issues that they may have.
Would you acknowledge, though, that that is one of the ironies? We were talking at the top of this about how you can often have that kind of redundant sense that staff are hanging around the store when there isn't the demand. Conversely, you might well be putting, not you yourselves, but online retailing world, putting out products and services that customers find fault with, they don't get what they said they'd get on the tin, and they have to come back to you and you have to chase it up, and so the complaint cycle begins.
Yeah, look, we actually get very few complaints, so there's not that much to follow up. But in terms of reliability, we're able to dispatch 80% of our orders same day. So that means that people living in major ports around Australia will receive their goods next morning. The number one comment we get from our customers is, "Can't believe how fast you got the product to us." So this is something that when a customer has an experience with our organisation, they like coming back because it's they get the reliability, they can interact with people if they want to. It's not purely just a website where you interact only online with people.
Are you doing that whole dispatch yourself, or do you farm that out to Australia Post and friends?
We outsource them, but we have our own logistics and warehouse which does the dispatching. So yes.
So in fairness, I mean, at the end of the day, not to sort of take any kudos away from you, but I mean, it is all down to not just one entity delivering on requests. You're as reliant, you're as hostage to the efficiencies of, say, that third-party courier company, right?
That's true, but they're benchmarked, and so we work very hard with them to ensure that they do deliver reliably. And there's a lot of competition in the Australian marketplace. The major ports in Australia are, we can deliver extremely reliably there, and the minor ports is generally 2 days, on the outside 5 days. So it is a very reliable service in Australia these days. And the online model delivers very well to that. At eStore, we're able to reach people in the most remote communities of Australia, and they can get the big smoke service and pricing and so forth available online.
What do you make of this campaign by that old bricks and mortar brigade, if we can sort of dub them that, over tea for online purchases? You're saying that's way off mark. They seem to be persisting with it. Are they sort of on, you know, that proverbial hell on the highway sort of approach now? How's it going to play out?
I think GST isn't the predominant issue. I think the predominant issue is the 20 to 30, even 40% savings that you get online. I have one example. We sell a Sony foldable headphone online, which a major technology retailer in Australia sells for $148. We sell it for less than half of that, at 65.
Right.
So the GST is not really a paramount issue in the purchasing decision, and at the same time the customer can read reviews and get customer feedback regarding the product, not just what the salesperson says about the product.
Lorenzo Coppa, eStore.com.au CEO. Appreciate your insights.
Thank you very much, Carson.
All right.